God is an awesome God. He can do anything. He even says, my arm is not short that I cannot deliver. So he says nothing is too hard for him. And recently, I was in a church here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and my two sons, Jay and Chris Johnson, were there with their cameras and their equipment, and they actually got pictures that you will see of people's legs being healed as they grew out, short legs. We had a lady get out of a wheelchair that couldn't walk. We had deaf ears open up. We saw the cripple walking. We saw people's backs heal. People with broken hearts, they were healed. So we saw this mighty God that can do anything. We saw him in action. You know, Jesus made this statement. He said, if you go and preach my word, I'll work with you. And I'll confirm your message with signs following. So this message that you're going to see there, you're going to see the Lord Jesus doing his work, doing his signs and wonders. You know, just a little brief thing about my life. I got healed through my younger brother praying for me in 1970. I played professional baseball in the New York Yankees organization for 10 years as a right-handed pitcher. And I had a short leg. It was an inch short, and it caused my back to give me trouble. I had never seen God heal anybody supernaturally in going to that denominational church that I was raised up in. And so he came by my insurance office in 1970. I was in the insurance business, and he said, Stan, I'm going to pray and ask Jesus to heal you. Will you give him credit for it? Well, I told my younger brother, I know you couldn't do it, so sure I would. But before he prayed, he gave me two scriptures. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He never changes. That same Jesus that walked this earth doing what he did 2,000 years ago is recorded in the Bible for us to see what he did then. And my brother said, Stan, he's the same today. The only difference is you can't see him walking the earth. You have to believe by faith that he came back to life and he's ascended into heaven. And he's seated there answering our prayers now. Then he gave me John 14:12, which became one of my favorite scriptures. Jesus made this statement, Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, he's talking to us now, people, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I'm going to be with my Father. And whatever you ask the Father in my name, he said, I'll do it, if it will glorify my Father through me. If you ask anything in my name, I'll do it. What a statement he made to the believers in the earth. And that's us he's talking about. So my brother told me to sit down in that chair in my office, stick my leg straight out. My left leg was an inch short. And I watched God grow my leg out as he prayed. It felt like it was melting. And that warm feeling was on my spine where I'd had all that back trouble. So he healed my leg and healed my back right there in my office. And I asked my brother, I said, would God do something like that if I ask him? He said, why don't you try it? So we went over to my sister's house and told her what we had just seen God do in my office. And I said, Jane, I'm going to sit you down in a chair and your children, and I'm going to measure your legs and see if one of them's short. And I'm going to ask Jesus to heal that leg. Well, little Jody, 11 years old, she had a pair of white tennis shoes on that day. And I said, Jody, your leg is about 1/4 of an inch short, and I'm going to ask Jesus to grow that leg out and heal you. Will you give him credit? Oh, sure, Uncle Stan, I sure will. Well, guess what happened? Her leg grew out there when I asked Jesus to do it, and guess what? He gave me that faith in my heart that I can pray for people with short legs and short arms and that have back trouble. And God heals them. So this film that you're going to see here is showing actual pictures of that ministry gift working through me. You'll see the person come up out of a wheelchair. You know, that doesn't happen every time I pray, but it happened here. And Jesus can heal the lame. He can heal the blind. We saw the deaf ears pop open. You'll see that on this film. You'll actually see that woman that was so shocked when her hearing came. And people came up there with broken hearts, and Jesus came to bind up the brokenhearted. So enjoy the film, enjoy the movie, and let faith arise in your heart as you're viewing that, because that's the Lord Jesus Christ in action himself, working with me and confirming the message that you'll hear with signs following. God bless you, people. And he is the same yesterday, today, and forever, and nothing is too hard for God.